The next game we're going to feature in today's league football action is the game that was played at Alberton Oval. If we could believe the accountants, these two teams, Port and South, are two of the poorest in the competition. But in terms of tradition at least, Port would be one of the richest. Their loyalties and their tradition were severely tested pre-season with the upheaval they had over player payments. So this was a very important game as far as Port were concerned. They had to shrug off those pre-season problems and shrug them off as quickly as they could. We're going to pick up the action 9 minutes into the first quarter. Our commentators are Jerry Harrison and Dennis Airy.
Dwayne Russell tackled. Oh, out comes Robin White. The crowd doesn't like that. The ball goes in wide. Shane Butler, the speedster. He's got plenty of time to look. No pressure applied. Not a player within 5 metres of him. Down towards the forward pocket. Pops it on the boot. Steers the ball straight through. And a clever bit of football from Shane Butler for South Adelaide's second goal.
Brilliant football by South Adelaide. It was White that made the play deep to that outer flank where he saw Butler sculling loose, and he had plenty of time as Haitley allowed him to run through and confidently placed it through for the second goal for South Adelaide. They lead by 7 points.
Gary Christie, Johnston. Johnston under the 4. Christie comes over the top. As Jerry said, a young and enthusiastic ruckman. There's a bit of youth too as Johnson comes out wide. Stewie Palmer, the captain of the Panthers. He'll look wide, finds Haitley at the true centre wing position. Round Anderson he goes, and a second duck. This time he puts the ball towards the galloping Snee Bickler. Over the top of the pack, the spoil very effective from Kennedy. Over the line, throw in the back pocket area for the Magpies.
10 minutes played, and this is the first term at Alberton. And it's Johnston of Port Adelaide, number 25, against Carty. Johnston working it out the back. Clifford cleverly evading, works the hand pass nicely. Giles the hand pass, taken by Curtis. Up over the centre go Port Adelaide, but badly directed, and Big Christie's there for South. Flanks the hand pass to the running Haitley. He tried to work it to Irvine, but Ebert did well to knock that ball down. Back it comes now to White. He's been figured prominently, and Bradley breaking clear. The electrifying Bradley goes short, in through half forward. Out comes Philip Brooksby for South Adelaide. Can't work it clear. The loose one for Marnie. Tried to tap it over. Showed a bit of inexperience as White grabbed it. Seized the opportunity. Martin, now Palmer, and South Adelaide. Up to the centre wing area. There is Glenn Hewitt. Or slipped at the crucial moment. Still regained poise. It's beautifully taken by Kinnear. And Port Adelaide with a floating punt kick. The centre half forward. Palmer's pushed out. And a free kick to the South Adelaide captain. He's about 10 metres ahead of the half-back line.
Well, veteran versus the rookie then. Young Marnie overcome by Stuart Palmer's experience. Bit of a push and a shove gone there. That's gone unnoticed. And Russell Johnston the mark inside the square. Bomber Clifford's calling for it. All kicks into the mark. Again, the unforgivable sin. Gary Christie's at the bottom of that heap, and out comes Leslie. He'll be looking towards the half-forward line. Here's the new player from Footscray in Knight. 30 games from Footscray, his first with this club in South Australia. He's looking for his full forward Evans. Martin in trouble. The handball's good to Brooksby. Brother Brooksby is there too. He's in diabolical strife as the Magpies jump all over him. At the bottom of the heap is Martin, and he gets one for his trouble and a free as well.
Martin quick to move it down to Bennett. The kick to the centre wing area. In comes Glenn Hewitt. Can't control the ball. In fact, he does as the boundary umpire gets in his way. Took him on as well. And the umpire now rules time off here as a Port Adelaide player appears to be hurt at centre wing there. He clashed strongly with Dewhurst, but the boundary umpire has recovered poise and has got the message to the man in the middle that it was out of play, in fact. As the throw-in takes place, and Johnston and Curtis to ground Carty, the umpire calls it a stalemate, and the Port Adelaide player still in the hands of the trainers there at centre wing. Looks to be in a little bit of difficulty as Johnston high over the top. Irvine the kick, beautifully smothered by Bradley. Bennett's there for South Adelaide. Up over centre wing to the half-forward area. Craig Bradley comes out, but beautifully taken by Corns. The hand pass to Dewhurst. He in turn over to Nayley. Beautifully set up for South Adelaide. That's their third goal. They lead by 13 points with 13 minutes played.
A brilliant bit of football then as Stephen Williams goes down towards the pocket. He was the Port player. There he is, 17. Naily, that state player. Look at Corns' hand pass. Over to Craig Dewhurst, running well. The position was half forward, and Naily on your left side screen, unattended, plenty of time, and you don't give a player of his class that amount of space and time in front of the goal face. His first, South Adelaide's third, and they look good at the moment. We've played almost 15 minutes, and the score 3-1, Port Adelaide, 1 goal.
Back at the centre, Johnston and Christie, the latter again the tap away. Hand pass by Dewhurst was good as Irvine kicks out to the forward pocket area. Spills out the back, out comes Schneebichler leading in the race for the ball. Nicely to Bennett, Butler. Butler tried to get it to Corns, sits for him. He's beautifully caught by Craig Ebert. Big Cardi trying to get clear. Now Leslie, Anthony Williams looking for the respite of the white line, but in the way Schneebichler. Working hard there, Harvey. Off the ground, Anderson. The umpire rules against Schneebichler. The free kick to go to John Harvey. Back pocket for Port Adelaide. Up the grandstand side he comes. Good distance. Martin tried to work it out looking for Naily. He's pushed in the back. Free kick to Naily at half forward left for South Adelaide. Off the side of the boot. Centre half forward it goes. Out the back off the hands there of Giles. Kennedy mishandles. Kennedy going again. Big Johnston to help him out. In goes Kennedy. Nicely hit forward, but the umpire's called it a draw and will bounce inside half forward for South.
One tidy football then from 2 Port Adelaide defenders. Fitted the staggers and the stumbles and caused this bounce. The top, Johnson gets it down. Leslie, clear, out wide. A chance for Giles. Plenty of time to look. Delivers well towards the half-forward line. And a pack of Panthers there. It's smashed down to where it came from. Curtis, Butler in trouble. The handball a little loose. Here's Knight, a long way from his half-forward line. Flicks the ball up to no one in particular. Curtis waits for Ebert's hand pass that doesn't come out. And a mess of players, untidy football being played at the moment. And quite understandably so. Players fully fit after the Escort Cup series. And a heap of players there. Would be 20 footballers around that bounce as Marnie comes out. A quick kick down towards Dwayne Russell. A fingertip movement with the ball. Looks towards his full forward. Goes short. Evans. Brilliantly spoilt by Brooksby. The hand pass out wide. An opportunity for Stewie Palmer. All loose is Michael Bennett in the back pocket.
Or drops what he should have taken with ease. Now hooks to the half back line and finds Fairclough unattended. David Fairclough up over the centre wing area, setting himself Cardi to ground, favours Johnston. He allows Harvey through. Bad hand pass looking for Ebert. Naily beautifully snared the opportunity. The State Rover on the left boot into the centre half forward spot, setting himself. There was Dewhurst, couldn't control it. Curtis now working it out to Ebert. Good ball control. Now Anderson back to Ebert. He was well caught. Coming in again, Bradley. And this time the cleverness of Bradley is clear to find Kinnear at centre wing. Port Adelaide on the run. Harvey takes the hand pass. Deep to the right forward pocket he goes. Out charges Evans. Second attempt, he's got it. Evans, 1 goal on the board. The solitary score for Port Adelaide at the 17-minute mark. Game number 200 today. And Tim Evans, the big opportunity now to kick Port Adelaide a little closer. 13 points down at the moment. That margin is only reduced by 1 point, and it's 2 straight kicks to difference, with South Adelaide leading 17-minute mark first term.
And the wind deceptively strong then. You saw the ball curl away to your top left screen, and Evans, one of the most experienced goal kickers in South Australia, couldn't quite control the fall and direction of the ball. Stewie Palmer, short. Fairclough he's looking for, finds him. He's unloaded, but he still has possession of the ball. Half-back flank. He'll be looking much further down, kicking with a breeze. Nice-looking screw punt. At the back, Carty over the top, the diminutive Bradley. Carty, much bigger though, held his ground with strength. Oh, the hand pass, a shocker. Forced to kick onto the left foot. Good delivery towards half-forward. Naily there. Hewitt, stolen by Williams. He goes wide. Looks like young Craig Dewhurst got the ball out wide. Here's the hunting Haitley. In the forward pocket, pops it up to an undefended goal square, but it's offline, through for 1 point. South Adelaide playing better footy at the moment. 3-2, Port Adelaide 1-1.
Dexter Kennedy, short. The lead came from Martin Leslie, takes the ball under pressure from Martin, kicks nicely forward, and Kinnear at half-back kicks the high ball, not well directed at all, a real kick and pray effort. Oh, beautifully positioned Dwayne Russell, used the body beautifully. The hand pass to Stephen Knight, low in. The kick was intentionally meant for Clifford, but in front of him and taking it nicely was Honour for South Adelaide. Honour, centre half back spot. Loose White at centre wing. He's got a big feast of kicks this first term. And Robin White off the half back line, kicks a high ball. Carty sets himself. It's knocked away nicely by Leslie. Kinnear the crumbs. The hand pass goes to Craig Ebert. Beautifully backed up Kinnear. Drives a floating punt kick into the centre half forward spot. One-handed Bennett couldn't control it. Out of the pack goes Clifford. Still there. Palmer hands and knees. Try to work it out to Bennett. Trapped nicely by Marnie. Palmer again. Leaving it to Big Christie. Over to Graham Brooksby. Palmer. Martin. Up the centre they go, and finally it's Nailey. A well-directed kick. Centre half forward, setting himself Curtis. At the back, Schneebeckler. He settles. Goal on the way, I'd say. It's well-directed by Schneebeckler. That's goal number 2, the 4th for South, and they lead by 19 points at the 20-minute mark.
All seesaw football being played at the moment, and the critical mistake being made with the hands from Curtis, with the ball coming through the fingers and allowed that man. Here's the kick. Very high from Johnny Schneebeckler. Popped up, the wind did the rest. It goes straight through the centre. John Schneebeckler's second goal. South Adelaide 4-2, Port Adelaide 1-1. And Port Adelaide looking in some trouble at the moment. And a few of their players really making critical ball errors.
A handy 19-point lead. Johnston the tap. Harvey fumble. Nailey trying to burrow through. Caught with the ball. Harvey again to Anderson. Smothered Haitley. Haitley still there. Hand pass to Nailey. Nailey wide. Well done by Honour. Honour up over the half, or almost to the half-forward line with the kick. It's in front of Schneebeckler, was meant for that player, but Martin Leslie is prepared to see the ball go over the line.
Well, South Adelaide were controlling the trend of the game up until that stage, but Port were to take control later in the match. In fact, you can see that South led by a point at quarter time, but Port had reversed the trend by half-time when they led by 17 points, in fact 16 points at half-time. They then led by 23 points at three-quarter time, and Port eventually went on to win 19-14, 128 to 15-7, 97, a margin of 31 points. The main goal scorers for Port were Evans with 7, Anderson 3 and Marnie 2. For South, Butler kicked 3 and Schneebeckler, Nailey, Slattery and Hewitt all got 2. The best for Port, Ebert, Evans, that was his 200th game today, Bradley, Russell and Curtis, and the best for South, Nailey, White, Bennett, Schneebeckler and Slattery. So there was a very satisfying start to the season as far as Port and their coach Russell Ebert were concerned. And after the game, Russell spoke with Dennis Airy.
Russ, you must be very pleased with the result of the game today.
Yes, was an excellent win, and all the lads really put in, and against South Adelaide here it was an excellent win.
Would you have been concerned about a couple of your players that haven't played any league games for your team?
Yes, Thursday night was a long night at the selection table, and a couple of lads would have been very disappointed, but my job is to select the best 20 for the Port Adelaide Football Club, and that's what I attempt to do. And I suppose it's easy being a genius in hindsight, but I thought all players performed real well today.
Well, I must embarrass you and say I admire the way you controlled your position and the use of the ball, and the young ones around you soon realised this, like Wayne Marnie, Greg Anderson.
Well, I've told them that you do the hard work to get the ball, don't just throw it away and give it away, get it to a teammate and it's a double possession. And now they are starting to listen, and we've got a good bunch of young lads down here who are keen to learn, they're keen to play footy, they're keen to play for Port Adelaide, and really that's all I can ask.
There seems to be a lot of strength straight down the centre now, from Dexter to Evans.
Yes, well, this is what we had when we were really going well in the late 70s and early 80s, and we drifted a little bit away from that last year and the year before with a bit of personnel going to Victoria or elsewhere. But now we have got a solid down the middle line, and that's where really the games are won.
And you've got a reasonably quick centre line.
very quick centre line, and they're a skillful centre line and a penetrating centre line and a disciplined centre line.
You have a very new player as a first rover. Now that Bucky Beaver isn't here, he seems to be same in stature and own the same courage.
Yes, he certainly has, and he kicks goals the same as Brian used to, and his legs around the ground are important, and he's going to be a really good player.
I had to admire Craig's effort, brother Craig, and then Craig Bradley. The two of them seem to really have penetrating power.
Well, they have, both with their legs and with their kick and their movement of the ball. So we're keen to promote the youngsters with a blending of the more experienced players. I won't say old player, but they really lift the older players, and we use their legs and they use our heads. So it's a good blend.
I know you'd agree, early wins are critically important, aren't they?
Well, any win is. It's 2 points, and really at the end of the minor round game, the finals are made up by 2 points, one game or percentage. So every win is important.
Russell, I know you want to meet your supporters tonight after the first game, a first win. May I congratulate you on that, and the best for the season.
Thanks very much, Dennis, and we've just really got to go on from here with our supporters and our players, and really go on from this first win.
Port Adelaide captain coach Russell Ebert talking to Dennis Airy, Port Adelaide Mutual Admiration Society, wasn't it?